The key to success in business is through big profits. And big profits in a cafe are driven by a great mix of food and coffee. Hey, I'm Nadi, Elias, and this is the Daily Espresso. Let's be real for a second. With zero sales, you're never gonna make profit. So you need to sell a lot in your business to run a profitable business. Now let's forget the fact about costs and all that sort of stuff for a second. We need sales. Your business needs sales to be profitable. You've heard me talk a lot about industry averages, the cafe and coffee industry in particular. Now, you've heard me say that the average profitability in the coffee and cafe sector, as per IBIS World's report 2016, was 4.3% net profit. Now that is just poor. It sucks. So we've got to do something to change that. In your cafe, if you want to go beyond the averages, you've got to increase the mix of what you sell. Now back in the day, you had coffee shops that just sold coffee, and that was all well and good, but the market's changed and the world's changed. The price of coffee's changed. The outlet and what cafes look like and what they've got to do to run a business has changed. Wages have changed, everything's changed. So we can't run businesses now like they used to in the past. What you've got to do is run a business that focuses on the right mix of product. Now, I won't get into all the products you need to sell. I'm not going to tell you what coffee to sell. I'm not going to tell you what foods to sell right now, but I am going to tell you one thing. Coffee plus food equals profit, and it equals big profit. The reason for that is, despite what everyone thinks, coffee does not bring high margins into your business. It's a low margin product. You sell a lot of it, so you've got a volume selling strategy, but you don't make a lot of money every time you sell it because the mix that goes into you running your cafe eats up your profitability. So what you've got to do is sell higher margin products. Those higher margin products are food. Now, at a minimum, it can be anything from pre-made stuff through to stuff that your kitchen makes out in the back. Now, the cafes I've worked with have shown me some amazing things of the profitability on certain items that they do. One in particular is just eggs on toast. Massively, massively, massively profitable. And it increases the profit of the business. So what you got to do is start bringing in what matters most into your business to sell to your customer. Now, I've spoken before about, your ideal business and your ideal approach and what it looks like from the outside in. Now, of course, the customer's always right in certain aspects, and that's fine, but you need to know what you got to sell that's profitable to allow you to run a profitable business. I'm going to bring in a quick stat that I want you to think about. Now, through IBIS World and their report of 2016, the average cafe and coffee shop in Australia is selling 27.5% food for cafes as a portion of total sales and 14% for coffee shops as a portion of total sales. When we talk about coffee shops, we're talking about little coffee carts and coffee only shops, right? Coffee only businesses. Now that's way too low. I'm gonna make it really easy for you. I'm gonna give you a target number to nail, 50-50. Now I want you to sell 50% of food and 50% of coffee and other drinks, right? Really simple. Attract your customers in with great coffee, sell them higher margin products such as food. If you're a coffee shop, you've got a whole list of things that you can sell to them. Another little tip for you is that premium food typically attracts premium margins, right? Just think of that. Premium food attracts premium margins. But what do you do if you're just starting out? What do you do if you're starting out a new cafe and you don't know what products to bring out and sell to your customers? Now, what do you do if you're just a coffee cart? Easy. Start small. Start with little things. Introduce muffins and cupcakes. Introduce donuts, for example. Introduce eggs on toast, eggs Benedict, and who can go past the smashed avo. These things bring big margins to your profit, big margins to your gross profit, of course, and big margins to your bottom line if you're running your business right. No matter what stage of business you're in and what level of food and coffee you are selling, you've got to get that product mix right, because food plus coffee sales equals more profit. And I go into depth in this in my book, Count More Beans, so for more information, check it out. And in fact, if you're a coffee roaster or a cafe owner, hit me up and I'll get a free copy of my book to you. So let's bring it back to what really counts. Sell food, sell coffee, make more margin, make more profit. I'm Nadi, Elias. This is the Daily Espresso, and get cracking.